So why do black people join cults? There's no one definitive answer. First, I'm going to tell you, several reasons, and then I'm going to tell you my personal experience because I was in a cult. So, black people, and not to get all, like that with you, but we have to go back in history and like kind of like piece the puzzle together, right? So, of course, to make long story short, we were kidnapped, stolen from our land, brought over here, and stripped of everything, our native tongue, our culture, the food that we ate, and just basically, our principles, our morals. We were forced to work for free, and we developed a slave type mentality. And throughout this whole time of this American plight that blacks have gone through, we always seem to look for a savior outside of ourselves. So fast forward to the present, when you get somebody such as your Dr. Malachi York or your Nature Boy or whomever, in the past, I think this happened in the 70s and the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, Jim Jones. And I don't understand why rapper Jim Jones names himself that, because Jim Jones was a cult leader. And what he did is he got a bunch of poor blacks to basically commit suicide. They drank some Kool-Aid and it had cyanide or something like that in it, and it instantly killed them. For the ones that didn't want to drink the Kool-Aid, Jim Jones had his lynchmen, shoot and kill them on sight. Look him up, Jim Jones. So we flock to those type of occult leaders because we're always looking for a savior to save us. It's that plain and simple. Black people want to be a part of something. They want to have a sense of pride because they lost that pride when they lost their culture, their identity. Black people want some type of power over their lives. So when a cult leader such as your Dr. Malachi York or your Nature Boys or your Jim Jones, and the list goes on, presents themselves, they come to them colorful, like, as if they can help the black man and the black woman, that they know the solution and that they can get them out of the situation. Most of these cult leaders are pose themselves as being a savior, like a Jesus Christ type of person. And that's just basically it. Black people join cults because of the fact that they want some sense of identity. They want to find their identity. They want to be a part of something powerful. They want power. They want to be respected. And overall, they want to be saved. And black people will continue to join cults. This is the reason why I keep on making, because people always ask me, why do you keep on making these videos about Nature Boy, Dr. Malachi York, etc. It's because there will be another Nature Boy when Nature Boy dies. There will be another Dr. Malachi York when Dr. Malachi York dies. Or while he's existing. So I have to forewarn the people that don't know, that got caught just like I did. Dwight York fed on the poor people. So it was easy for him to attract followers because he fed on the poor, the poverty-stricken, the people that didn't have anything, and he gave them hope. He gave them faith. And he would always say that you love the white man because the white man gives you nothing. But that's the same thing that Dwight York, his name is not Dr. Malachi York, Dwight York did. He gave us nothing. Period. All he did was he gave us regurgitated information, perverted information, meaning that it was information that he plagiarized books, and then he put his own spin on it and perverted it and gave it to us. That plain and simple. I see a lot of people that make comments in the comment section of the videos that I did on Dwight York, and they always say that, hey man, well, you learned, it's obvious that you learned a lot from him, and you know, he had all of this information. He didn't have all of that information. He plagiarized books. I could have got that information from the library. I could have got that information from somewhere else. I didn't necessarily have to pay $10, $20, $30, $40, $50 for a comic book that Dwight York wrote and didn't even write. He had the sisters in the office write that. So I have to consistently, I have to be consistent with this, drilling this in the youth's head so that they can avoid people such as your Dwight York and your Nature Boys. And it's crazy because a lot of people that's looking from the outside in, they don't understand how a person such as myself that's intelligent, that has a sense of pride, etc., that actually was part of a cult. It's like really like, it's no way in the world I would be part of that cult. So why are you? And the thing of it is that you have to understand people join cults for different reasons. My reason, now I'm going to be personal, my reason for joining a cult is because I didn't have a father figure at home. And Dr. Malachi York looked very attractive, pause, not in a, like I was attracted to, I'm talking about attractive, meaning mentally. I really thought that this man at that time in the 90s, they were saying that he wrote over 360 books. So I read the books and I was attracted to the information and knowledge. And I looked at him as a father figure, a spiritual father. A man that could help me become a man. So that's how I was attracted to him. Attracted to him is in an organization as a whole. It was brothers in there that was, dressing fly and everything. They had the latest clothes. They sold bootleg movies and CDs and incense and oils and stuff like that. So they were making money. I've never made $800 in one day. I don't know what it's like to make $1,000 in 1 week at that time when I was in my 20s. I didn't know nothing about that. So everything attracted. I was attracted to everything, the whole organization. Them having land, in Edenton, Georgia. When I went there and I saw pyramids, I never seen black people do these things. Never. So I was attracted to the power, having an identity. At that time, I was in college and I was just trying to find myself. So I ran into the knowledge of the cult called the United Nuwaubian Nation at the wrong and right time. What I mean by that wrong is I should have never ran into them at all, but the right time meaning that I was trying to find out who and what I am, and then they came in and said, this is your identity. You are Nuwaubian. You are a god. And that's the thing with cults. They uplift you, but then in reality they don't, because Dwight York called us gods, but we were working like slaves. We didn't get paid at the bookstore. And I know some of you all are gonna say, well, that's not my experiences. My experience, I got paid at the bookstore. Let's be real. You are like a unicorn. You're a rare bookstore. Like, majority of bookstores are not paying people to work in there. They're not. Period. I've been to several bookstores and I've never once heard anyone say that I'm getting paid for selling these books. Excuse me. So that's the thing. They lure you in. And then you start to hear little things about, that particular cult leader, but you block it out. You're so brain dirty, not brainwashed, because brainwashing something means it's clean. You're so brain dirty to the point where you just avoid everything, the telltale signs of just, you need to walk away. Like, I'll give you an example. I was listening to this 2 days ago to Nature Boy, right? He's saying he's the Christ. He's basically Jesus Christ resurrected, right? So he's explaining it to this dude, like when he first came into knowing that he's, the Christ of this age, I guess. And This man said, I was sick, right? Listen to this. This man said I was sick, and what I did is I shrunk into a cell and healed myself. Do you know how stupid that shit sounds? How do you shrink and jump into yourself? I don't even want to tackle it. It's the dumbest shit I ever heard, and people will really believe in that. This is a man that said he said it. He said he had a dog lick his penis, and the dog loved it when he was a kid. This is a man that said that when he was in Atlanta, he used to be a male stripper, and he used to strip for men. He used to perform gay acts, sexual gay acts, but then he said he's not gay. And people are running with that. This is a man that we know that he has beat, abused Velvet just as well as the rest of the females. The dirty laundry on this man is just ridiculous, and people are still trying to go down there to where he's at. He has sex with everybody. There's a video of him. I stopped it. I just wanted to make sure. You know what I'm saying? This was like about 3 years ago. I just wanted to make sure that young Pharaoh wasn't telling a lie. There's a video floating around with Nature Boy laying on like a slab, like, you know what I'm saying, like as if he's in a hospital, and it's a white dude, and the white dude is touching him. I didn't go on any further. When I was in the cult called the Nubian Nation, they had a book called the Ansar Allah cult, right? Written by Bilal Phillips, right? I never forget this. This brother gave me the book, and it's crazy because he gave me a Quran, right? Just gave it to me for free, you know, along with it. So I'm reading the book. I'm reading, and it talks about the green room and how the children are separated from the parents, and the parents are separated from one another, and how in order for a married couple, whatever, to have sex, it would be a green room that they could go into and have sex. He talked about, you know, how, I mean, I found that out, you know, years later, how, you know, if you didn't have turn-in or whatever, that you would get your ass kicked. Turn-in is like, every week you had to provide whatever they said. You know, my turn-in was like $100 a week, and then it got bumped up to $150. Now that's money that we just had to just turn in, just give it to them. You know what I'm saying? That's turn-in, right? Books being sold, because it was a thing where the turn-in was supposed to be for the books. So we supposed to have re-up, but listen, I know a little bit about business, and the supply, the demand wasn't there for the supply, meaning that there were stacks upon stacks of books that we had in our closet in the bookstore that we never sold, but we still had to turn in that money and take it down to Tamaray, Edison, Georgia. So it's like people will sit back and say, how did you do it? And it's just plain and simple, man. Like, I could say the same thing about you as far as you dealing with Christianity. How do you do it? How do you believe in something that doesn't exist? Like, you can't prove that Jesus Christ walked the planet. You can't prove. Where's the birth certificate? Where's the death certificate? I have so many different questions when it comes to Christianity, because that is Christianity, and the whole doctrine of Christianity is cult-like. Like Mary getting pregnant without somebody physically inserting their penis inside her vagina and ejaculating. And it's an immaculate conception. But when I sit back and say Mother Mary was a baby mama, then y'all get upset. And then God was a deadbeat dad, and y'all get upset. You want me to look at Christianity and read the Bible through the Spirit. No, I'm going to read it logically. Because at the end of the day, Christianity doesn't make sense, just like these cult leaders and the cults that they breed and don't make sense. I mean, we fall for a lot of shit throughout the course of the day. that I can say, yeah, I wouldn't fall for that. I mean, some of you all voted. Some of you all voted for Joe Biden. And you truly believe that Joe Biden is going to get you out of your dilemma. You truly believe that Joe Biden is your white savior and is going to come in and save the blacks. He ain't going to do shit. Because you ain't wet his beak. And that's the problem with black people. We don't have lobbyists to lobby for us. To go inside, to go talk to a congressman, whether it's a House of Representative or the Senator, and says, hey, listen, we'll give you $50,000 to go towards your campaign if you, when you get voted in, and you win, elected in, and you win, if you put, let's say, Whole Foods grocery stores inside every hood. No, we don't do that. We just vote, and we think that that person's going to check. No, you don't have it. We don't have any leverage. So therefore, we believe that he's going to do the right thing, and guess what? He's going to get in the president, in the White House, and he's going to do the same shit that every other president does. Nothing. So miss me with that. I don't see how you used to be in a cult and how you believe that and believe this. Listen, let me tell you something. You all believe more bullshit than I ever believed. At least I woke up. Y'all are still asleep. And it's just that plain and simple. But at the end of the day, man, hey, listen, if your friend, your family is part of a cult, I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to wake them up until they wake up themselves. That plain and simple. I had to see it for myself in order for me to wake up. And I'm glad that I woke up. I'm glad that I woke up. And now I know that the solution, the savior, is in me. And I don't need anyone to validate me. I don't need anyone's approval. Period. So, I hope I cleared the air on that. Other than that, I mean, if you have something to say, whether it's negative, positive, leave it in the comment section. Like or dislike this video. Share this video. And while you're here, I mean, you might as well push the subscribe button. Until then, my name is Langston 2092.